Welcome back to Shamama Rising's birth journey class. This is about fear today. So, what is fear? The fear of the pain we've discussed. There's another component to the fear, and for me, the fear of the unknowing was my biggest fear. I have an unusual history in that I was raised, my mother was a midwife, and I had been to births. So for me, labor, natural childbirth, it was all very normal. And even with that in my reality, I was still afraid. And so I had to really take a keen look at that fear because it almost didn't make sense. So it had me delve into it from a couple of different angles. And so one angle to dealing with fear is the knowledge of what your body is going through. And you're here now taking this class, and that's a great, great way to minimize or eliminate fear, is, especially while you're in labor, is knowing like, oh, this must be transition. This has got to be transition. Okay, I know how to do this. I can meet this. You've seen the map. So when you get to that place on the map, it's not coming at you like a surprise, and it's not like, oh, holy crap, what is this? You know, you're going through the phases of the birth and you know what to expect. And obviously everybody's experience is different, but the map is going to show you the way, and that will help tremendously. But what about this other fear, this fear of the unknown that we can't find a map to? I liken birth to the feeling of getting right to the abyss, this black abyss that you have no idea what's on the other side. You don't know that you can get through it. It's terrifying in that it's like nothingness. And being on the edge of the abyss and taking that leap of faith, jumping. For me, some of the most enjoyable and tremendous periods in my life have been when I have stepped up to that place and had a leap of faith and jumped into the abyss. To me, that's where so much juicy spiritual growth can occur. But what we typically find is that we're held by the universe, and that is part of our birth path. But getting to a place where you're not afraid of the abyss, I found that I needed to, like I said, attack this from a few different angles. And one was educating myself about the process. Okay, so that eliminated some of the unknowing. I figured out I knew something now. But beyond that, I actually went to energy workers and had a woman help me release fear that was maybe not my fear, maybe fear that was passed down from mother to mother. It was in my DNA. And also fear that is culturally shared and like virus of the mind, this cultural fear around birth that just has us almost stop in our tracks. Like it's the craziest thing you could ever possibly do. So why would I want to awaken my senses and walk into it bright-eyed and fully conscious? No, I want to drug myself and like completely ignore the whole experience. So having somebody help you alleviate, to release these unconscious fears that might just be in your body. These can come up all different kinds of ways. Maybe you've had some sexual abuse. Maybe something happened, you had a surgery or some other type of experience that has nested in your body. And so there's fear of any kind of physical trauma. You could have, heard about another person's birth or your mother's birth, or have had some instance that caused you to deeply be afraid of what might happen during your birth. So having somebody, help you release this at the DNA level. And honestly, I don't necessarily even know, belief for me, it's like, do I believe in if this worked or not? Or, if this is a real thing, I don't think it matters. What's more important is that you are taking an action where you are having somebody help you release, even if it's just the practice of doing it. It is so helpful for you to just acknowledge, I'm releasing this fear and letting it go. And now you've like put down a new program that you can choose to live in or not, but why not choose this new program? So there are so many, energy workers out there that can help you with this kind of thing. Womb work, deep energy work, work with your past lives, work with your DNA. All of this stuff is really, really helpful in getting you to a place where you come at the birth with not all the baggage. So if you can minimize the baggage that you come to your birth with, that's going to help you so much.